Yeah, a little bit late, but never got this before, did it? Anyways, just need to get some thoughts down about the Inside No.9 Halloween special that aired this year. See, I never really watched the show before, and I didn't see this show live when it aired. I caught it later on in the evening when it aired on the iPlayer, but I watched it, and
really, to be honest, with whether she's telling the truth.
It's very confusing.
That on that site were buried over 22,000 bodies in the graveyard.
oof. Yeah, it stuck with me quite a bit. Now the premise, or at least the intended premise, is quite a simple one. Guy walking through a churchyard, finds a phone, picks it up, tries playing with your owner. Pretty simple. Great little small Halloween ghost story. No problem with it at all. But that's not the tale that we get. Early on, things start to go awry with the audio dropping out. With it being a live broadcast, that sort of thing makes sense. So that's the reason why we watch these kind of live shows, if we're honest. Live television, despite it used to be in the norm, it's now like an event TV. Remember when that time ER did one? Or in Coronation Street, as a random anniversary, decided to do one? It's a big thing. Look at us doing it live. Never mind, like everybody used to record it live. Look at us now. Whoa! It's all gone wrong. Isn't that like an absolute hoot? So they go to a continuity announcer who says they're going to try and fix it. They go back to the show and the audio drops up again. And then they're going to go back to the continuity announcer who announces they're going to have a show, an earlier episode of the show, to kind of fill in the gaps for the character back to the live show. And that's when things start going batshit crazy. See, the show starts. Here it is, opening credits. Starts running through the episode. The first episode, I believe. Can't remember what it's called. But what's that? The ghost? Before we know it, the picture distorts. Then it's gone. It's at this point we need to talk about Ghost Watch. Ghost Watch aired on Halloween night 1992, a Saturday. It was a live broadcast from a haunted house in the UK. Cameras and everything covered the house in order to try and capture evidence of this ghost. They had mainstream favourites Sarah Green, Craig Charles in the house, Mike Smith and Michael Parkinson back in the studio, along with a ghost expert doctor person in a coat. But it wasn't a live broadcast. It was a pre-record. The whole thing was a setup. It was a drama, which wasn't exactly hidden from anybody at the time. You had the show on the cover of the Radio Times, which inside referred to it as a drama. It was broadcast as part of the BBC Screen 1 series, which showed drama shows. Now the thing opens with a written by credit. It wasn't exactly hidden that this, indeed, is a work of fiction. No one noticed these subtle clues, however. No, as the show wore on, the ghost Pipes, as he was called in the show, began to cross over from the fictional to the real. People began to believe they were having ghost experiences in their houses. Callers jammed switchboards, complaints flooded in. The whole thing started to become real. This isn't the first time this has happened. No, the big granddaddy of all this was the Orson Welles' War, the world's radio broadcast that terrified America back in the 30s. Ghostwatch may not have quite hit that level of hysteria, but it has had a similar impact. No, I remember it. I remember it being on. I don't think I watched all of it. I'm pretty sure as soon as it started getting too scary, I went off to the safety of my Transformers duvet in bed. But that doesn't stop that feeling of that show remaining. And it's the same feeling that I got when I was watching Inside No.9. It's a hard feeling to describe. It's that sense of your world being invaded. Something crossing over that shouldn't. You're safe in your house, but there's something invading through the TV that's normally a safe thing. Destroying that sense of safety. There's nowhere to hide in your house. There's nowhere to get away from this horror.
Well, as you can see,
Inside No.9 does this with its next scare, probably my favourite of the show.
Tonight,
the continuity announcer returns, but something isn't quite right.
I will, of course, let you know.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? That voice?
As I was saying,
a voice talking at the same time she does.
As soon as we've identified the issue.
It's so subtle, it hits that perfect level of, am I hearing it on the TV or is it in my front room? And then you realise that the announcer also heard it.
Hello?
Is someone there?
And then she screams. And the whole thing's done with one of those please bear with us technical announcer cards. And that's what makes the whole thing worse. Because horror films can show us whatever they like. But there's nothing as scary as what we can make in our own minds when we see something like this. The show goes off the rails at that point. Footage from other shows starts up, security camera footage. Two threads begin to emerge. One of the actors in the show waiting around to find out what's happening. The other showing us the history of the studio where the show is being filmed, a history that includes fires and suicides and exorcisms, incidents stretching back decades. It's brilliant. It takes these kind of grains of truth and spins them out into an incredibly spooky yarn. We're reaching straight out to the TV and getting us. I mean, it even crossed over into social media. See this bit of the show?
Put a message on Twitter. Right. Are me and Steve Pemberton on BBC Two now?
Right, don't want to tweet that.
Yeah. I'd love if people were just watching this.
See, when they did that, this hit Twitter at the same time. Because it's a live show. Or is it? Who even knows anymore? It's brilliant, and it's the perfect kind of scary that gets me. I mean, stuff scares me. Evil Dead scares the crap out of me. The stuff Ghostwatch Inside No.9 does, bringing it out of the TV and into my world, that proper gets me, because there's always that thought. What if it's real? What if this time, what if it's real and it's out to get me? Hell, remember Dead Set, the zombie show in the Big Brother house? That was scary because of zombies, but the Abbotts freaked me out even more. They were brief snippets showing the Big Brother house, the kind of CC security footage of the front room, the garden, the diary room. But only this time they were covered in blood with a zombie stood there to one side. It was the way it took that same visual language of the Big Brother show and just twisted it into something scary. That made it real, that looked real. Oh, that it just didn't know, scared me. It's the familiar, which is what Ghostwatch Inside No.9 plays with. Taking the familiar and twisting it and making it threatening. As No.9 builds to a crescendo, the threat increases, the horror in the TV studio reveals itself. Like Ghostwatch, the TV's become a conduit to something far more ancient than we realise. And whereas Ghostwatch ends with a final shot, Inside No.9 ends with a warning.
Let us be.
And I agree with them. Let's leave them be. What a brilliant half an hour of television. Merry Christmas.
It is, of course, Halloween, and if you were with us for our Ghost Watch earlier, may I reassure you that it was just a story, and all's well here at Television Centre. Halloween continues on BBC Two now, where the Marathon Vault of Horror is now showing Stephen King's Creepshow.